about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins. Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Miami. Fields it right around the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
Let's go. 10 cycles.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. Just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Give to Hall running right. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert. It'll be a 3rd and 4.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. They're going to look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
Now Hill to return it.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
This defense for the Jets, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll look to throw here. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. The Dolphins sit 9-4 now on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
After 60, after 60. Go check, go check.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And a pretty good burst there as they get this across midfield and down to the 46.
The Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. He'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Taking it about the 1.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago. Their second straight victory.
Well, they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along, and from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively, and this team now has an identity, and they're playing to it and playing well.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Here's Hill on the return. A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Finds Hill on the crossing route, complete.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Usually see those guys out wide get called for holding on running plays. Here a passing play.
Yeah, sometimes when you get this quick screen, bubble screen, anything where they're having to block for their fellow receiver, usually at the point of attack, and this time he got caught.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here's a quick throw out to Wilson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. The Dolphins get there this time and they bring him down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes and throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Under pressure and down he goes.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. And a throw right sideline is complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Ball again on 2nd down. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive they started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Here's the Jets punter now. He's been terrific so far. He was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
Here we go.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
Liking 18.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
Let's go now.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6.
They'll drop to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great effort there. With touchdown number 27, that ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Dolphins have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Sanders now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. After the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Channing Tindall in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They'll set up to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Someone's closing in on the lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
This offense so far on 3rd down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And this returnable for Hill.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And they'll have a short field to go as this drive starts on the fringe of the red zone at the 20. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Quentin Williams coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. And nowhere to hide on that play.
No, there was not, because every exit door, that was surrounded. And I think that was supposed to be a bootleg, but he had no chance to get outside the pocket and try and make a play.
And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They'll set up a throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now back to throw. And it's incomplete right. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down, and the Jets are going to get the football back. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there, rake it, and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they said the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from the Motor City. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. It's the Lions that have grabbed the early lead. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Check mash, check mash.
He'll drop to throw. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
Jermaine Johnson.
That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Here we go, here we go.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. And they'll send the tight end in motion.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Lions.
They'll throw now on the final play. Flushed out right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started.
Take it in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Dolphins take over first down at their own 27-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger.
They go play action here on first down. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. Again, he'll drop to throw. Touchdown, Dolphins! A great play there, with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Sanders on for the extra point. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is, his first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. 2 yards on the pickup there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes.
And nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back.
And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
On play action, they'll throw. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. That goes for a gain of 31.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great effort there. With his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that as he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
On the set.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there at 22.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage. Able to knock that one away.
2nd and 9 now. Touchdown! A 9-yard touchdown ground. And the Dolphins get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. How can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Jalen Phillips in there to record another sack. And that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Channing Tindall able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Here's the Jets punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Ready? Buffalo 18. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 57 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
19. 79 Broncos.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game. Even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Trap 60. Trap 60.
He'll look to throw. And this is caught inside the 5. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. Here we go.
He'll look to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this 4th quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fields it right around the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Check right. Check view.
Now Balaj. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
On third down, here's Hall. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Nothing doing on second and third down after that 9-yard gain on first.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And they will take over first and 10. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 24-yard line. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. The one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. His 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this fourth quarter lead. Sanders now to have the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync. And the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Hall again on second down. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
on 1st and 10, it's Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The offense on 3rd down. Can you believe it? 0 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They'll look to throw.
This pass out wide to Hall.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out.
Back to the ground with Hall.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
Hall again on 2nd down.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Back to throw. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Jalen Phillips able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. His whole day, it's been rough. Barring a miraculous comeback, this offense isn't going to win this game, but he's probably going to say what hurt most is the loss.
Here's the Jets punter now as he's on to kick it away. Watch out for Hill on the return. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on the last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
112 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
That's Waddle. He's got the catch on the out route. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense is they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, up a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Dolphins, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Jets, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers.